A couple of weeks ago, we got this Tinto Talk. It was on the 14th of January. We got this Tinto Talk that said, by the way, we're doing some new map modes. And obviously, I'm a big fan of map modes. Of course, I'm not a big fan of where they're located or the fact that we can't have multiple on the same hotkey. Hopefully, that's going to come at some point, eventually, maybe, hopefully. But we got this, map modes, and then to showcase that we're getting new map modes, we were given one map mode, the concentration of various types of pops. Not exactly the map mode in here that I am the most kind of enthusiastic about. That, of course, would be the Rivers map mode that was in the game when the game came out, but you could only access it via assigning a hotkey to it because it wasn't on that silly little bottom bar thing. And then I guess they weren't happy with it, so it was removed. But there was a mod called Improved Road Builder mod, which I found absolutely fantastic and I still use. But that mod kept somehow the Rivers map mode, but then there was another update which removed the ability for the mod to access that Rivers map mode. And so we're left in the current situation where the only way to look at rivers on the map is to use the mod. And I'm going to find the mod now. The Better Road Builder mod is this one right here. And as you can see with the different types of roads, the blue roads is I think paved. The brown is gravel. And you can obviously see the rivers on here as well. And it's very nice. It's very cute. It's super frickin' useful. Absolutely amazing. But this was the only way to see rivers on the map, and it currently is also the only way to see rivers on the map. However, today we got another Tinto Talk, which is kind of out of the blue. We were not expecting another one until Friday. But we got this one here, the extra Tinto Talk. Let's have a look at the new Rivers map mode, including the tooltip that shows you the bonus the river is giving to the location, and if there is any proximity and or combat-related bonuses there. And honestly, this looks kind of similar to this mod, which is, again, in my opinion, completely fine. It is not a bad thing for the game to see, oh, there is this mod, people are enjoying this mod is improving the game for so many people, and it is not like outside of our kind of design scope. Like, obviously, they're not... EU4 isn't just going to implement Amber now because people like playing Amber now. But this works. It is vanilla acceptable. Obviously, it doesn't even break achievement mode either. I think it's perfectly fine for Paradox devs to be like, okay, this is great. It's now in the game for everybody. Make GDI Jeffel, make his mod obsolete. I'm pretty sure GDI Jeffel would be perfectly happy with that. Sure, he's got 44,000 people subscribing to his mod, but as somebody who also has a mod on the mod workshop that has multiple thousand subscribers, the mod I'm talking about is removing clouds for Victoria 3. I don't update it anymore, but I used to. Owning a mod with a big amount of subscribers didn't actually give you anything, so I don't think Jeffel would be remotely unhappy if his mod was just implemented into the base game. But anyway, let's have a look at this. We obviously can see where the rivers are, the Danube here. It would be nice if we could differentiate between, like, major rivers and, like, tributaries. Like, obviously, this is the Danube. This is a much smaller, less important river. This should be a major thing. The Nile versus, like, I don't know, some twiddly little thing that feeds into the Rhine. There are different scales, but these don't seem to show any scale, or I don't know if there is any scale available there either. But either way, river flowing through gives you some population capacity, 10%, which is always nice. More food production, always nice. Supply limit and monthly development growth, all really, really good things. And the proximity is improved towards the following locations. So if we're hovering over... I actually have no idea what location we're hovering over. Oh, this one over here. I can't remember what the name of that place is. Yahorik. So it's improving the proximity towards 3 different locations. And then attacking across a river penalizes the attacker. Crossing penalty towards the following locations. All really, really good stuff. this is something that should be on everybody's hotkeys and something that people will be checking quite religiously, especially as there are multiple buildings, multiple very, very good buildings at that, that require rivers in the location. I'm thinking things like irrigation. Irrigation is huge. If you are setting up a food location, that being a location that has high population with a food good that can work with a windmill, a bunch of farming villages, and then a bunch of irrigation. If you're stacking all of those 5 things in one location, it will be the breadbasket of your little country. Get multiple of those, even better. But you need to have rivers for that. So this map mode is absolutely essential. But yeah, this is all really good stuff. You can also see the icon and tooltip inside every location UI as well. Oh, that is very, very nice. That is very nice to see. The way that we saw whether there was a river on this UI before, it was hovering over the development and seeing if it got this 5% bonus. I think it used to be 10%. I think it's been nerfed a little bit, but basically hovering over the development to see if it was there. Having river flowing through on this screen, really nice. Obviously, you could probably also see it by the image. You know, these change based on what you have in the location, so having a river there in Verona, very nice. Speaking of rivers, it's rather close to the discussion about proximity. One challenge with proximity in EU5 is that bonuses to getting better proximity propagation was cost reductions, which made it very difficult to balance properly. Now from 1.1, they are instead efficiency/speed modifiers, so that you can continue to stack them indefinitely as there is a diminishing return instead. Okay. Reduces the need to have to go around nerfing fun combinations as it would have been too overpowered. And I feel like that is already a nerf. People were, again, though I'm fine with nerfing it in certain cases because I don't like seeing every single game where somebody's going, oh, I want to have a really large, wide empire. Say I'm going for a world conquest or I'm going for huge, huge country. I don't want to see people always going, right, well then I need to have the Mandate of Heaven and I need to be a Russian culture because that way I can stack them proximity modifiers from those 2 things, and that is the only way that I'm going to be able to, get whatever amount of proximity reduction. That's boring to me. Having the same thing every time is boring to me. So I'm perfectly happy with those things nerfed, and if you are getting diminishing returns, that probably won't be the case anymore, right? If you're getting up to like 80% and it's like, oh, but I need this, final 5-10% whatever from becoming a Russian culture, then is that actually going to help you all that much? Is it worth it? Probably not. You're probably not going to get the full shebang out of it, which is, it's good. It's very nice. And yeah, looking, of course, people looking immediately, or the devs here showcasing Muscovy for this exact thing that I'm talking about. Because Muscovy has various advances and such that help with proximity. So proximity speed is 95% based on all of these things, and then land proximity cost without infrastructure plus 40, proximity cost going downstream along a river. Okay. It's going to be interesting to see how this affects other countries that aren't doing this sweaty metabolics that I have no interest in. I don't know. Well, we're going to find out. You can also see here as well, they've got the extra government building that will basically allow you to have a second hub of proximity that we saw in the previous dev diary. Looking forward to using these as well. But anyway, Rossback, we are going to be getting the open beta next week. I'm absolutely elated and ecstatic and excited for that. I'm looking forward to playing with it. In my last video, I asked people, are you waiting for Rossback to get in and play the game again? And pretty much everyone who responded to that question, like maybe 90% plus, said that was the case. So when we're looking at player numbers, they often do dip down before a major patch. This does look like it is a major patch, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. I'm going to see you tomorrow. There's another dev diary then. with art, and I am a big fan of art, so we're gonna see how that goes. Thanks all for watching. Toodaloo. Bye bye.